na ba ubaya ko na sa kanya?
Welcome to the regular orientation module. This is General Ethics, which has also an accompanying name of General Bioethics. But for this third tranche of the second semester, we will be taking this course with the name General Ethics. And as I was informed, most of my students will be under the theology department. So our focus now is General Ethics for the theologians. Now, this is a course offered under the Central Philippine Adventist College School of Arts, Science, Technology, and Education General Education Department. By the way, I will be your humble instructor, Prospero Hintapanan Gonzaga Jr., a registered nurse, a licensed professional teacher, and as of the moment, an assistant professor in the School of Arts, Science, and Education. By the way, when I was informed that all my students will be theologians, I have goosebumps. You know why? Because I know theologians are excellent students and they are well-bearing talkers. So that made me fear that I may not be the right teacher to teach this course. However, I can still promise you one thing, that this course will be simple, practical, and understandable. So if I cannot reach your standard, better go down to my standard and let us have a happy learning system with general ethics. Now let us go to the instructor's modular reminders. By the way, this will give the holistic summation of the present module and the accompanying and continuing important announcement that is being mandated by this course. So, you will always see the regular orientation in all of the modules, and you have to check this part of the module always. Remember to always consult this part when you are having problems understanding the instructions and structures of the module. Now, the first thing that I want to orient with you is the modular opening and closing schedules. Now, dear theology students, remember, modules are under the control of the teacher. It is never under the control of the students. So that the decision when the module can be accessed and when it will not be accessible depends on the plan and the decision of the course instructor. Now, here is the modular on and off schedule. You can also see this in the printed or word-based module, which is also found in your specific modules. Actually, in the 6 modules, you will find all of this orientation, video, and written form. Now, the opening time of the modules are always 11 p.m. and the closing time is 10 p.m. You will understand later on why 11 p.m. and why 10 p.m. Now, here are the schedules. April 5 to April 7 will be preparation and orientation. So expect that you will see already the orientation module during these days. April 7 will be the opening of the first module, and April 12 will be the closing of the first module. Now, April 7, 11 p.m., expect that the module is already open, and April 12 at 10 p.m., the first module is already closed. Now, the second module will be opened April 12 and it will be closed April 18. The third module will be opened April 18 and it will be closed April 23 until 5 p.m. only because that is a Friday. Module number 4 will be opened April 24 and it will be closed April 29. Module 5 will be opened April 29 and it will close May 4. Module 6, the last module which carries also the examination module, will open May 4 and it will close May 9. Then from May 9 to May 14, that will be make-up dates for those students who have missed modules or are sick or have other important things to do, prompting them not to comply with the modules. Again, opening of the modules will be 11 p.m. and closing will be 10 p.m. because 1 hour later, another module will be opened. I hope you will be religious and you will be punctual in addressing the time states of our classes. Because as a teacher, I always am very particular with the opening and the closing of the modules. Now, let me give you one clue. It is the style of Mr. Gonzaga that the early bird will always catch the worm. Meaning, the earlier you pass your outputs for this module, the higher the scores may be. The later you will pass, the lower the scores may be. I want to steer clear of that. So if you can pass your outputs in the first 2 days after the module was opened, you can be very much assured of very high grades. And I am very serious with that. Note, Module 6 will also be the examination module, and Module 7 is the modular makeup as I have stated earlier. Please take note of these designations. Now, one reminder. Always remember, modules closed and you have not answered and you do not have a valid reason, with notification from your dean, will not be reopened for a special session. However, you can appeal your case directly to the course instructor, that is me, Mr. Gonzaga, so you can comply within the given 6 to 7 day schedule as indicated above. If you missed Module 1, you cannot have a make-up right away. You will wait for all the 6 modules to be finished, and then at the end of the 6th module, there will be the make-up time for all the modules that will be missed. Of course, there are already point deduction for modules missed. Now, let us go to the contact and inquiry information. What is this contact and inquiry information? If you want to call your teacher or to talk with your teacher, here are the ways how to reach your teacher in the modular educational system or in the online education. Remember, dear students, this is a modular class and there is no need for a classroom contact. So it is inevitable that you will have questions because of the nature of the transfer of knowledge, which is online modular education. Because of this, the teacher designed ways to be contacted for your inquiries and information, and here are the details. Now let me be understood with this. There are time indications, so please follow the time because your teachers are also doing necessary and important things in the times that they are not to be contacted, which is not specified in this contact schedule. You can call your teacher using the landline phone inquiries from Bacolod City, and the number is 034-704-1674. That is Globe Landline from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. You can also use your cell phones or mobile phones for Globe 0926-6625-205, for Sun 0923-980-1515, for Smart that is 0951-570-3970. All of these mobile phones will be open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. However, the most accessible way of contacting your teacher will be accessing through the messenger in Facebook with the account name Nonoy Pro Zintapanan Gonzaga Jr. Nonoy spelled N-H-O-N-O-Y. Again, that is Nonoy Pro Zintapanan Gonzaga Jr. from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily, and you can be assured of responses during the time. However, if the teacher is not already online, you can just leave your message, and when the teacher comes back, he will right away answer that and push that back to your FB Messenger account also. So you can always leave your questions for the teacher to answer that when the teacher is already available. Now, here is another reminder. Transactions, questions, and inquiries should only be addressed during the allotted time. Beyond that, the teacher will have the option to answer right away your calls or messages. For messages, again, this is a repetition. You can leave your questions anytime and the teacher will just respond during the indicated time mentioned above. Another important notice, there will be no transactions related to the module starting 3 p.m. Friday until 3 p.m. Sunday. This will be the Sabbath and personal time of the teacher. Again, 3 p.m. Friday until 3 p.m. Sunday, there will be no contact with the teacher. There will be no contact regarding the modules because this is the Sabbath and rest time of the teacher. Please abide by our rules of contacts to avoid miscommunication and misinformation and loss of direction. Now, the next thing I want to discuss with you or to orient with you is the style of teaching and online delivery that Mr. Gonzaga is using in his modular educational presentation. Now, let me be clear with this. Every teacher differs in the way they do their modular delivery, and that means I have a different way of conceptualizing my own modules. So there is no need to compare your instructors because I have my own style, they have their own style, and it is useless and stupid to compare them. Now, the Gonzaga modular style will be using only pre-recorded, documented, and self-completion type of learning system, meaning there will be no live Zooms, live Google Classroom, or live discussions with the teacher. There will be videos of the teacher teaching, videos of supplemental teaching, provisions of handouts, provisions of PowerPoint presentations, provisions of links for further learning, and this will be all available in your iLearn module, and all of them can be accessible anytime you want without a specific time as long as you will access them and you will answer what needs to be answered, which is indicated in this orientation. Again, there is no actual time of meeting, there are no actual time of Zoom conferences. You have your control of your time as long as you will do what is needed to be done in the range of time that is designated for the specific module. Now, so again, there will be no regular Zoom and Google Classroom meeting here unless the teacher will find it necessary, but mostly it won't be necessary. What you need to do is just to open the module, do whatever is instructed in the module, meaning read everything and open everything in the module so that you will not be misled, and then comply with the things that needs to be done. There are actually 6 outputs only that you need to do in every module. That's very few. There are only 6. So in every module, you will have 1 performance task, 1 practical activity, 1 post-module activity, and all the instructions on how to do your performance task, how to do your practical activity, how to do your post-modular quiz are all stated in your specific modules. And it is very clear down there. The next 3 that you need to answer is Forum 1, Forum 2, Forum 3, and it will be answered directly in the iLearn module. No need to submit that in the Messenger account that will be indicated. So performance task, practical activity, and post-module quiz will be submitted to a specific Messenger account that will be stated later, but Forums 1, 2, and 3 will be submitted directly at the iLearn module and you have to answer there because the teacher has a way of checking that. Note, these should be done only within the period designated for the specific module or the specific dates intended. The module schedule is clearly stated above. If it will be closed, you cannot answer that until the time you can provide a valid reason to have a special modular consideration. Now the next question is, how to pass the requirements? Well, specific instructions are given in every module, so please read it wholeheartedly. For the performance task or PP, practical activity or PA, and post-module quiz or PM, you need to comply with this in only 2 possible ways. If you are using a laptop, place your answer or paste it in a Microsoft Word document and send it to the messenger name AcaGon, the one with the instructor's picture. If you want to see the spelling of this, consult the orientation file, which is in written form, which is also located together with this file in your modules. Again, if you are using a laptop, place your answer or paste it in a Microsoft Word document and send it to the messenger name AcaGon, the one with the instructor's picture. Please follow instructions in the module accompanying each of these requirements. Now, if you are using a cell phone or a tablet, place your answer on a clean white bond paper with illegible handwriting. For the post-module quiz, just answers only. Then individually take a picture of each and you can screenshot it if possible and send it to the messenger name AcaGTHIC, just like what you are doing above. Please follow instruction in the module accompanying each of these requirements. Remember, dear students, you can only answer the module when it is opened. When it will be closed, it cannot be reopened if you will not have a valid explanation coming from your dean or an approved appeal to the course instructor. So do it within the range of time and given days to avoid working on possible explanations for a special module. Now, for excusable or situational excusable reasons, ask your dean to inform your teacher using private messenger message or appeal to the teacher using any mode of contact stated above. If approved, it will be reopened for you at the end of 6 weeks classes. Again, let me be clear with this. If you missed a module, do not ask the teacher to open the module again for you right away. If you missed module 1 or module 2, you will still answer that at the end of 6th module in the make-up time. I hope we are clear with that. Remember, our semester of 18 weeks or 5 months was divided into 3 phases. So for the first 6 weeks, you have different subject. Then on the second 6 weeks, different subject. And now on the last 6 weeks, you have this subject with me and maybe you have some other subjects from other teachers. So it is very important that you finish in 6 weeks without delay because it will disturb other classes which will be following these schedules. Now, let me have a personal time with you, dear theologians. I have a subject with the theology majors before, and it was not easy for me to communicate with them because they have many complaints regarding my teaching style. They are complaining that they have many major subjects and mine is only minor. That's why I should not compete with the major subjects. Now, let me be clear with this. Minor or major subjects, they are still curricular subjects in Central Philippine Adventist College and as a whole in the educational system. It will be very negative on the part of the teacher if you will degrade the subject by calling it just a minor compared to the major. However, what I can promise you is this teacher is always considering for a fact to make the subject simple, doable, practically reachable, because I know that my subjects are only minors. I hope the experience of being said in my face value that I should not compete with theological major subjects will not be repeated anymore in this semester because I love my subjects. I give time for my subjects and I do great preparations for my subjects so that my students will learn and will have a good time in this subject. I have high regard for theologians. Please don't destroy that respect that I have for the profession because I grow up as a son of a theologian. I grow up in a home of a theologian and I grow up in the family of a theologian. I don't intend to destroy a theologian's image just because of misunderstanding in my classes. If you have questions, I will be human enough to respect those questions if they are asked in the proper venues. So for our semester to be enjoyable and our semester to be sensible, please be sensible in complying with the requirements of this course. Again, I am not making myself important with the subject general ethics. What I'm trying to say is, if you want me to respect your time, respect also my time, because I am not demanding too much from you with the way I am having my modular style. God bless everyone, and I hope that I am clear with this orientation that I have given you. For more questions, consult the written orientation file, which is also attached under this video orientation file in all the modules. God bless everyone, and I hope I may not be a perfect teacher for you, but I will do my best, my human possible best, to let you understand and learn from my subject. Once again, this is Sir Noy Gonzaga, your teacher in General Ethics for the third tranche in the second semester of school year 2021-2022.
Ako